Hi, I'm Jake Batchelder. I'm the photo lab tech here at Full Circle, and normally we professionally process all C41 and black and white films, but today we're going to be experimenting a little bit and processing film with beer. We have the Flying Dog Super Hook here, and we're going to be processing a roll of 120 black and white Kodak 400 TX. 400 Tri-X, that's one of my favorite films. That's what I normally shoot. I exposed it at 320, a third of a stop under its box speed for a slight overexposure. We know how it normally turns out when I process it normally in-house, so we're going to see how it turns out when processed in beer. Vitamin C and washing soda to mix with the beer. We have the beer itself, the traditional black and white chemicals, stop, fix, perma, and flow to finish the process out after the beer. Mixers and funnels for the beer and all. What's that? Thermometer. Thermometer to read the temperature. Film processing tank to load the film into. All right, we're gonna go into the darkroom, load the film onto the spool, and throw it all into the case. Stuff's done in complete darkness. All loaded up. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is mix our beer developer, and we're going to need 500 milliliters of beer, which is about 1.5 bottles. Alright, so once you have your beer in, you're going to add 4 tablespoons of washing soda. Then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of vitamin C. And if everything doesn't get perfectly dissolved, it's okay. Some of it's going to crystal up. So our processing time for this is going to be 18 minutes. The beer is about 80 to 85 degrees, so it's a little warmer. We're going to set the timer. And pour our developer in. So once the developer's in, you're going to agitate for the first minute consistently, and then for 5 to 10 seconds every minute thereafter. And when that minute's up and you're done agitating, make sure to just give it a slight tap and dislodge any of the air bubbles. Alright, so we're at the end of our development time here. We're going to pour the developer out with about 15 seconds left. And we're going to pour the stop bath in. Alright, so out comes the developer. And we'll do a stop bath with continuous agitation for 20 seconds. Pour a fixer in. And we're going to do that for 5 minutes with the same agitation as the developer. Constant for 1 minute, and then once every minute for 5 to 10 seconds. Alright, so 5 minutes is about up. I'm going to take this off and pour the fix back into the bottle. And we're going to take this over for a wash. So at this point, the film is no longer light sensitive and it can be taken out and inspected for some information. And it looks like we have some negatives. All right, we're going to put these back on the reel and let them wash. So now the wash is done, we're going to hit it with a quick minute-long permabath to speed up the archival washing process. Gently agitate that from side to side for 5 to 10 seconds. All right, after that minute's up, we're just going to give it one more final wash for about 3 minutes, filling and dumping the tank a few times. All right, after the final wash, we're just going to do one more bath in some photo flow, which is going to help the water just run right off the film instead of sticking to it when it hangs to dry. And we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Flow's done, we're going to pull this out. I'm going to get the squeegee wet. I prefer to do it in the flow. Pull the film off the reel.
Look at that.
Alright, a little fog, but not too bad. Give it a light squeegee. And we'll hang it up to dry. Alright, so we got 2 rolls of film here. This is the film we processed in the beer. This is film that was processed in our normal developer, Sprint Standard diluted 1:9. And let's see how they compare. Alright, so right off the bat we can kind of tell that the beer processed images have a much softer contrast. Those blacks don't get quite as deep, the whites aren't registering quite as bright. There's slightly less shadow information that it seems to retain in the beer and all. Alright, so overall I was pretty impressed with how the beer and all was able to process the film. There was a surprising amount of detail in there and some pretty nice tonal values. I wouldn't use it if I was doing anything where I know I needed repeatedly good results, but for an experiment or kind of pictorial purpose, I think it serves pretty well.